Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. So today I'll be interviewing you, the viewer, to work for me. So if you want to work for me, or if you just want to do an interview just for fun, then you can call in and we can do this. So I don't know who is interested. So depending on the interest, we can have more or less people do it. But yeah, so first I'll start with just going over the the rubric, the points, and then hi Angela Chama, welcome to the stream. Do you want to work for me too? Um, I guess we have interview types. Um, so we'll go over the types of interviews and then we'll do the interview next. So um, there's three main types of interviews that I'll be doing. So first is just general past experience. So this will be about going over your past experience of different things you've done before. This is a pretty important type of interview, and anyone can do it no matter what sort of job you're doing. The next is just for coding, I guess, would be coding. So if you like code, then you can do that one too. There's software design, which is for making stuff like that. And then the next one is, I guess the last would be like, if you're interested, like, whatever. Okay, so those are the kinds of interviews that I'll be doing, and then we'll go over the rubric real quick right now. So I have these points. So there's 7 points that I want to cover, and these are critical, and they generally correspond to what you'd expect in an interview for a more major place. So first being ninjutsu, basically just your proficiency at doing the job you're supposed to, which would be, let's say, coding, like the writing the code. The rat craft, which is about understanding like different facts of information and putting them together to analyze the problem and figure out what's the truth and what's not and what you need to do. Shitposting being your ability to produce the result, and art reps would be the aesthetic and appearance of the result being not a complete piece of garbage. So that's for the technical attributes, which are pretty important. And then there's also the most just as important, which is non-technical attributes. So there's submissiveness. So that is when you're working with me, I'm the interviewer, so I'm the dom here, and it will be a measure of how well you work together with me, and then yeah, the angel voice is about how you speak. You better have an angel voice, and I better understand what the hell you're saying. And grooming is going to be the way you work in the other direction of grooming the other people you work with instead of being groomed. So that's the types of interviews and the different attributes. So if you want to do an interview, then you can call this number. Let me get you this number. OBS Chama. Okay. I don't know who wants. Let me hassle some people and make them come to this thing. Gyro, where are you? Gyro Chama. Well, Gyro was supposed to call me, but I don't know where he went. So I guess he's gone missing. He said he'd call me. I'm gonna hassle him. All right. Well, while we wait for Gyro, Angela Chama, Angela Chama, call me. It's fine. I believe in you. Uh, okay. This is a little unfortunate. If well, you know what? Showing up late is not exactly a good sign. Uh, where are you? I hope you didn't forget. He's offline. How could he be offline? Gyro's never offline. Uh, all right. Well, while we wait, then I guess I don't know what I can do unless someone else who's watching this is interested in doing this. Uh, but yeah, okay. Um, guess I can just do some leak code problems. While I wait. While I wait for my betrayal. My betrayal. Gyro. Gyro, no. Oh, there we go. Who's there?
Hi.
Hi, who is this?
It's Angela.
Oh, Angela Chama. All right, welcome to the interview. So, yeah, you want a job, right? You want to work for me, right? It's going to be really good.
Sure.
Okay, so what kind of job do you want?
I have no idea. I stopped watching your stream because I have to take the call.
Okay. I mean, no, I mean, what kind of job do you want? Like, you can have any job, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Hi, Henrique Chama. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Well, so let's just go over your past experience first, and then and we'll just go from there. So we don't have to like go for a specific job. We'll just see what job is good for you, based on your experience. So I guess I don't have your resume, but do you want to go over a bit of your past experience in general with either work or education?
um, sure. I don't know. I'm currently in school.
Okay. That's fine. So so I guess what we'd like to do is kind of go over, let's say, some different projects you've worked on in school. So if you've done any sort of project work, like working together in a group, or even just yourself making something larger rather than just doing a single homework assignment. It's like something that you've done that's kind of important. Do you have anything like that you might want to talk about?
Yeah. um, yeah, I've done a lot of group work. One of my teachers was very presentation heavy, so it's like a lot of presentations and other type of group work.
Okay. So is there like I'd like you to choose like something you've done. So like if there's a specific presentation on a specific topic, or like a piece of work, like a specific project.
Um, no, I think they were just like related to health because I go to like a health oriented school and we did like a bunch of research.
Yeah. So how about you choose like a recent research project you've done? Recent. Also, your sound is a little weird. I can still hear you, but it's got some interference.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what the problem is, but I can hear you clearly.
Okay. I guess it's fine. Maybe your microphone is just a little weird right now. That's okay. So maybe if you want to go over a research project you've done very recently, like just a specific research, like let's go over what topic you researched and what you found out about it.
Oh yeah. So last quarter, me and like two other classmates, we did a research project on how COVID-19. Sorry, I can think. How students with dealing with COVID-19 adapt to it, and how like they adapt to online learning, which is difficult for them. And there are a lot of programs to help them because they're not really used to being in a pandemic, and we did a lot of research around that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a really interesting problem. So I guess in terms of this research, like what is the objective of this research? Was there a specific question you're trying to answer, a problem you're trying to solve with this research?
It was just to learn more about how the pandemic affects students' lives, and well, like since COVID is new, there was a lot of research on it, and we were just trying to find things that were like relevant
Okay.
to find out how kids can be helped more.
Oh, so also to find out how they can be helped more is another thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess there's these two things you want to answer: how it affected their lives, and find out how they can be helped more. That makes sense. Okay. So
Yes.
in terms of doing this research, like what techniques did you use to um, answer these questions?
We kind of just went um, read a bunch of like research articles and did like wrote down the relevant information and like made a table of like what specific articles are relevant to how um, the research was met. Yeah, and like how. Sorry, I'm nervous, but like gathering its data and information and stuff like that.
Okay. That makes sense. And then with all this information, how did you bring this information into like the final product that you wanted to make, like the deliverable of the research results?
Yeah. Oh, you want the results?
No, no, I don't want you to tell
I'm
me the
just.
result yet. I just like, how did you take? Well, actually, yeah. Tell me the result.
I
What
see.
was the result?
Oh, okay. Let me just find it because it's somewhere. Sorry, I really need to find it. Okay. Because I don't have it pulled up.
uh, it's okay. Hi Pope Chama. Hi Face Chama. Welcome to the stream. Face Chama, is Discord down? We're not using Discord right now. We're using the phone. So if you know how to use a telephone, then you can use the telephone. Okay, we don't have to go over exactly what the result is, but so how did you take this
Sorry,
information?
I can't find it.
What?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't find it right now.
That's
Sorry,
okay.
it's
We don't need to know it now.
somewhere.
I mean, just on a yeah. So how did you take this and like produce the final? How did you make? Um, how did you make your report from this information?
We just did a poster presentation, and we just like put in the information like the abstract, the methods, and all the data and the results and everything else.
Okay. Did you need
Just
any?
gathered from what we read.
Did you need to use any specific tools or technology to do this?
No, we just found articles from databases that our school
Okay.
provided.
Okay. Sure. That makes sense. All right. Let's move on a little more to talk about more about how you worked with your team. So, uh, so yeah. Do you want to tell me about a bit, just in general, how you worked with your other team members to work on this project?
Oh, yeah, we just met in class and we did research on our computers. There's nothing special. We just set up and packed everything together. And it was kind of difficult because um, some of it was online and we had to meet online on certain days, but that's really it.
Okay. I mean, I still want to know a little more about like specifically how you work with your team members. Like, how did you decide who was going to work on what, um, and
Oh,
whether the work was satisfactory?
yeah, we just did read up parts. Like, we read certain articles, like we split up, because we read like 10 articles and we divided up, and then we just summarized what we found out, and then we had another. I mean, we had one of our group members like um, do more research and figure things out to put the data on the poster and everything, and then we presented.
Okay. Well, it seems like you're talking about how you just kind of all did it together, but is there specifically like did you come up with some sort of organization? Was there one person taking charge of the situation or not really?
Kind of. Yeah, we had this. I mean, there. Yeah, the group member who like kind of organized and made the poster was really helpful. Like he really took charge, and he's really good at that. I'm more of a follower.
Okay. That's okay. Being a follower. Um, okay. So this person who ended up taking charge, like, can you tell me a bit more about how you work together with her?
um. Well, she is very nice, and she gave us like information on how to organize the poster. Like she told us what we needed to do and how things needed to be on the poster and like what needed to be said on the poster. So it's like she was very much in charge of everything, but we were just following her instructions and putting data and research on it.
Okay. Wait. So this is one of your group members, or this is like a mentor or something?
Oh yeah, it was one of it was one of our group members.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess that sounds pretty good. During when you worked on this, was there anything that kind of came up unexpectedly in this project that you needed to like change what the plan was?
Oh yeah, we had a lot of difficulties because sometimes, well, because it was a class thing, my teacher wasn't really um, keeping in touch with us with like due dates and everything, and then we had to like scramble to get things done in the end, and it was very rushed. I feel like it was, yeah.
Okay. So like when you found out about this, Well, first, like, is there anything you would have done differently to make the project go more smoothly?
I feel like it would. I mean, if I could change something, I would probably get a different teacher, but she was not that. I'm sorry.
Get a different
I
teacher.
was just talking.
I guess that's
Yeah.
fine. Okay. Yeah. And then, is there anything you learned specifically? Like, what do you think you took away from this project? I know if you're in school, you're expecting to kind of learn a lot from what you worked on. So what do you like? What do you think you learned and got out of this?
I well, in general, I learned more about how um, COVID affects kids, which is what our project was about. And I learned more about teamwork and time management, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Teamwork and time management. So, you want to say more specifically, like teamwork and time management, like some important things you think you can do better now because you went through this project?
I think, or sorry, I can't speak. Organizing is like, I feel I'm getting better at it, and like making presentations in general, and like working with people. I think I'm getting better at that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. That's an interesting project. I guess there's not too much to go in addition to this. Yeah. So I guess I'll rate it now, unless there's any more words you want to go over, or you think there's anything else you want to talk about.
Oh no, you can read it. That's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna rate it. So I think this is probably beginner level. Um, it does seem like, um, well, you're learning in school, so it makes sense. Uh, beginner level. In terms of rats, I guess like I'm also gonna say beginner. That's okay. Um, all these technical attributes, I really didn't really learn too much about the specifics, so I'm gonna just say like unknown, and I guess unknown too. In terms of submissiveness, I think you got a good score. Like probably 8 out of 10. It seems like you work pretty well. At least as a follower, you work pretty well. Though I don't know if maybe you can take a bigger role in doing your work in the future. Let's make it a 7 out of 10. Um, it seems like just doing what you're told, and just having like one person who knows a lot, like tell everyone in the team what to do. It does seem like maybe you feel a little um, like you're freeloading almost. I'm sure you're not. I'm sure you did your work too. But Space Talent Chama, welcome to the stream. It's 4 a.m. and I've never been this confused. What exactly is going on here? Right now, I'm interviewing Angela Chama. I'm rating her score for the interview. So, and then if you want to interview too, you want to be, you want to get a job too, then you can call in after we're done. So the number to call is right down here. So just call the number. Call the number. I need you here. I need you to get my job. Anyway, so let's finish it up. So Angel Voice, I think, is pretty good, but you like to really talk about stuff in really vague terms, like you just worked on a project or you just did whatever. So I'd say like a 6 out of 10, and you should um, work on when you talk to me to speak in more specific terms, and uh, say more, right? Really, you never really told me like more than just what I asked you. Submissiveness, I think,
Oh,
again.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's not like you're doing anything wrong. This is just advice that if I was doing an interview, then this is what I'm looking for. Um, so this is gonna help you learn, of course. Take a bigger role in your team. Don't simply do exactly. Okay. And grooming, it seems like unknown. I don't know if you did any grooming. Did you do any groom? Uh, Space Time Chama, that's pretty basic of you. Helping people get better and handling job interviews is very nice. Yeah. Yeah, Gyro was supposed to come here. He told me he was coming, and then Gyro died. Um, Angela Chama, I guess I didn't get anything about grooming, so maybe if we go a little more, um, did you do any grooming with your team members? Did you help? Did you teach your team members anything? Did you help them overcome any difficulties?
Um, well, we did work together and communicate, and we did meet up every time in class. So I feel like
Yeah, but like,
that's a yes.
sure, you just showed up and did your work, but like, did you do anything more than just that? Did you help your teammates um, as people? Did you groom your teammates, or did you just show up and be like, "Oh, okay, here's what I'm working on. I got my part done. You do yours," right?
um, I don't remember, but there were like a few times where we decided to help each other with like what to say with when presenting and what to put on our um, data sheet and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm being vague, but I can't really remember right now.
Okay. Well, I guess you don't have to remember exactly, but it's definitely something that being a little more specific here will help you in the future, and maybe also if you're doing something like this, then what am I gonna say? If you're doing something like this in the future, like in the remaining time you have at school, maybe you can spend a little more time to help your classmates, um, even if like just be more proactive in helping them, and that'll give you more things to talk about in the future, something like that.
Of course.
Okay. Anyways, that was a good interview. I think um, it wasn't bad, but of course there's stuff to expand on. And in an interview like this, I expect to answer more of these non-technical questions, and I guess 7-6 is not bad. I'll give you the job of you can be uh, the receptionist at Ryan Industries.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Nice. Uh,
Okay. Okay. Bye, sir.
all right. All right. Bye, Angela Chama. Thanks for the interview. Thanks for taking the time to interview.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Who's coming next? You did a good job, much better than me on my first interview. Yes, Angela Chama. I think this was pretty good. As much as she said she was nervous, she didn't sound nervous. I think just if she spent a little more time being a little more open and being a little more specific, then it would really make a good interview. All right, Talon Chama, you want to call? Talon Chama, call me. You can do it. Gyro is dead, so I can't have him call me. Well, he's not offline in Discord anymore, but he still hasn't read my message. Angela Chama, this face. What is this face called? I always forget the names of these different emojis. It's not it's like this one. Grimacing. Oh, grimacing. All right. Well, I guess while I wait for Gyro Chama, let me do something else to kill time. All right. Let's reset this. And then delete this stuff. Insert, where's that page break? Here we go. Maybe he's teaching at the dojo. It's 4:04 a.m. Do you really think I would be awake right now if I didn't have to go to work in like 5 minutes? XDDD. Oh no. Going to work. Pain. Wait, why are you going to work at 4 a.m.? What kind of job do you have? Talon Chama. Going to work at 4 a.m.? That seems pretty crazy. Maybe he's teaching at the dojo. Well, Gyro told me that he would be free today. So did he just betray me? He stood me up. He stood me up for our gay date. I feel betrayed. Let me see. I'm gonna check exactly. Did I schedule at the wrong time? Yeah, he said okay. I said okay, and then he said okay. Pain. Maybe if he doesn't show up, I'll leak his critical information. I can leak Gyro's critical information. All right. Well, while we wait, I guess we can play. There we go. I don't want to do the tutorial. Can I skip the tutorial? I am paid to find problems. Sadly, a new guy did not find a huge problem, was kicked out, leaving us to clean the mess. Oh, that sounds pretty bad. This is not good. There's no walls. What a shitty game. Well, hopefully you can find the problem next time. Finding problems is pretty important. Almost as important as finding answers, you know? If you can't find the problems, you can't find the answers to those problems. Alright, while we wait, I guess I'll do leak code. A new guy. Was your new guy like an anime polar bear girl? All right. Well, Space Time is not the only one watching here, right? So whoever's watching, you got to call me. Call me. You didn't see me leak that. Okay. Join contest. I want to join a contest. Contests sound fun. Okay. Starts in. Oh, so they're not going right now? Okay, there's nothing happening right now. Okay, boring. Why is this site so shitty? All right, what looks interesting? What's an interesting problem? Um, oh, word ladder. Word ladder is definitely a game. Maximum gap. There we go. Maximum gap sounds interesting. The client is pretty back hurt. Back hurt. Demands we go back and search for problems from the very beginning. Oh no. Asks you to do the whole thing all over again. That's pain. And I guess you gotta wake up at 4 a.m. to do this. Back hurt. Did you mean butt hurt? But I guess Susan won't let you say butt hurt, right? Susan hate. Given an integer array num, return the maximum difference between two successive elements in its sorted form. If the array contains less than two elements, return 0. Given an array, return the maximum difference between two successive elements in its sorted form. Okay. In its sorted form. If the array contains, runs in a linear time and uses linear extra space. What? But it's not... Okay. What? Is this rigged? I don't even know what to do. Right, so I can't sort it. I need to run in linear time, which I can't sort it to do that. Huh? I don't understand. I don't understand. If I can't just sort it, it needs to be maximum difference between two successive elements. This is some stupid math problem, isn't it? But I have no clue. I gotta go. If you stream again in like 12 hours, I might call you if I don't pass out. Oh, 7. Okay. 12 hours. Maybe I'll do it again. I'll see you soon. Maybe. Bye, Tan Chama. Isn't this is this probably? Let me read the discussion. Wrote a Medium article explaining both solutions to this problem. Hope this helps. This problem doesn't actually get asked. You know, this is a rigged problem. See ya. Yeah, see ya. Okay, so it says approach 2 using sorting, but wait, but he said using sorting, but we're not allowed to use sorting, right? If he says we can't use sorting, then we're going to do some sort of rigged thing. Efficient approach. Oh, there we go. For storing indices of each value in a hash table, like elements will be keys. Corresponding index will be values. Will help us with duplicates. Lists of indices will be in sorted order. Map int to vector int hash table. Okay, so a map of lists. Elements will be the keys, and corresponding index will be the value. Will help us with duplicates. List of indices will be in sorted order. Okay. Sorting the element will make moving from smallest to largest element in linear. Huh? Store the index in the hash table, and then we sort the array. We sort the array, right? Well, isn't that oh, okay. Right, the even more efficient approach. Okay, yeah. What you didn't even tell me, you little lousy scammers. Lousy scammers betrayed me. That's not what the question asked for. The question asked for in linear time. So they each say n log n. Well, n log n is easy, right? N log n is easy. Okay, let's look at these. These articles say they have the cheese solution. ON with bucket. I want to understand what this thing is even. Well, what was radix sort? What is radix sort? Use the digits. Isn't that a little bit cheating? You can't just do that. Maniac. What the fuck is this? Yeah, so I'm gonna be interviewing people. So if you want a job at Ryan Industries, you can call me at the number. What is this? uh, but right now I'm waiting for my candidate to arrive because he's no showing and stood me up. Why was this recommended to me? Uh, I don't know. What do you like watching? Do you not like this video? Am I not? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? You got to trust Susan. This is gonna be a good video. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna learn it. Why do you have a gay anime profile picture? Uh, what? It's not gay and it's not anime, but it is a profile picture. Anyways, um, I don't know how to answer your question exactly, but let's go back to the stream. I want to first radix sort is cheating, but let me see exactly the grooming is a requirement. Yeah, so I went over the job requirements and the different yeah. Well, you got to look good. If you come to the interview completely, mungy and dirty and covered in sweat like a homeless man, well, you're not going to get the job. So you got to groom and you got to look good. And you got to be experienced in grooming. Yes, do you know grooming? Are you experiencing grooming? Or Ermo Mio Maniac Chama? Anyway, so I'm going to try to understand what this solution means. Yeah. Okay, looks like we got a spammer. You can go away. Discord grooming specifically. Oh, yes, absolutely. Do you like the voice chats? Discord, a groomer cord, You got to groom there. Well, I got a Discord too. So if you want to join the AR cord, it's in my is it on my profile? It's not on my YouTube profile. It's on my Twitter. So if you go there, you can join my AR cord, even though it's kind of dead right now. Trying to plug your stuff. Well, you're watching my video, so I'm gonna show my contents. Voice chat is fun. Yeah, voice chat is fun. So you can call. Well, I guess you don't even need Discord to call me right now. The number is on the screen. And where is Gyro? I can't believe Gyro betrayed me. I'm gonna have to do this again later and get some answers from him. Anyways, going back to what I was. Well, you know what's more fun than voice chat is the off Paco, of course. The off Paco. Angela Chama, remember the off Paco? Okay, so this is array. So if length is less than 2, okay, edge case min, max. So first element, max is 0, okay. Find the max and min of the of what? Of min, max, n. For int n in A. For int n in A, let's draw a picture. What's happening here? Or I don't really want to draw a picture. So we're updating this. Yes, I remember the off Paco. Yeah, it was good. It was good. There was a lot of gay says during the off Paco. Definitely, definitely, my body hurt afterwards. What does this company do? Ryan Industries. Ryan Industries is a leading producer of a variety of products, including biotechnical, uh, software, heavy industry. Really, we do almost everything. If you're interested, I'm sure we can find a job for you. What the hell does this do? I don't know what's happening, right? So let's just look at what min happens, because min n, uh, that's a min of a. This is just finding the largest and smallest elements of the array. Um, okay, so it's finding the largest and smallest elements of the array first, and then now we're going to interval is um, max minus min over length minus one. So this is like the uh, average spacing between items in the array. What is this C++ code for? So I'm looking at this leak code problem, and it seems slightly impossible. So I'm just reading the articles. So if you it says to given an array of numbers, return the maximum difference between two successive elements in its sorted form, but the algorithm should run in linear time. And I have my doubts that this is possible, which is why I'm reading the answers. Because if someone just asked me this problem right away, I would say it's impossible. Maybe I should prove that it's impossible. So this is supposed to solve the problem and handle this. And this is not C++ code. This is Java code. It's Java. I can tell because I can read it. C++ is weird. So it's finding the average distance between two elements, I guess, in the sequentially increasing. Bucket min is a new array of length minus one. Bucket max is a new array of, oh, I think I understand. I think I understand this. I might understand this. Do I understand this? Let's keep reading. So we're filling this array with max value and negative one. Okay, so we're just making two arrays that are the same size as the original, as this original array almost. And now this is the important part. Okay, if min or max continue, that's not important. If index equals ai minus min over interval. Okay, the original array minus min divided by interval. So it's kind of like its distance from the bottom. And now we are, I need some MS Paint. Where's my MS Paint? Where is it? Where is it? Become Shrek. It's not ogre yet. It's not ogre yet. Ogres are like, I can't do a Shrek accent, unfortunately. I should learn. You know, you do the somebody wants to. Okay. The world is not gonna roll me. I got this. Where's my paint? Where's my MS Paint? Oh. I was using the wrong one. Okay, well, okay. Okay, so I'm going to draw this out and understand exactly what's going on here. So we have the array, which is like spiky like this. So we found the min and the max. And now we're looking at this individual element, its distance from the min. So this is min. We're looking at this distance like so. Now this is, okay. And now index is actually this divided by interval. Interval is the average distance. Oh. Okay. Ah. Ah, okay. Okay, I like this. So this is the how, so we, like, let's say we're in the beginning and the end of this array. And then it, I guess it increases, like, let's just say like this. So this is the average slope. And now what we're doing is we're mapping, so this is val, this is a sorted, this is I. Okay, so we get this element and it's, so the requirements are I must use 4chan 10 hours a day to be part of your company. No, that's not true. That's not a requirement. If you look at the requirements, it's very clear what the requirements are, and that's not one of them. So we find this mapping essentially, and like this is min ai minus min divided by interval. Interval being this slope. So this is like where it should be. This is like the index it should be at. So we'll end up here essentially. We'll return this value. 4chan is okay, but there are so many weirdos. Yeah, there are so many weirdos. Like this AR guy. He's a real creep, and there's this other crazy VTuber. What? Angela Monster. She's kind of a weirdo too. I don't know who can put up with being on that shitty site. It's a nest of manhattan. Den of deplorables. So what we found is we found this divided by interval. So I was referencing the qualifications align perfectly with a 4chan user. Let's review the qualifications then. So let's see where my video description is. What's the video description again? Okay, let me do my OBS reps. So the recommended qualifications are 2+ years experience grooming. Now, it's not really the 4chan users who are the groomers. It's the Discord users and the Reddit users. So really, experience grooming is not 4chan. There we go. Black belt in ninjutsu. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, ninjas are Japanese, and this is like a weird Japanese style anime website. So, yes, 4chan. Proficient with anonymous discussion boards. I guess so. Yes. Experience with deception and psychological operations. I'm going to say no because these are both. This is common for many different situations. So, I think yeah, some of the qualifications are um, kind of fitting for 4chan use, but other ones aren't. So really, um, I don't think your claim that the qualifications align perfectly are quite right. I think um, users of other platforms are definitely suited for applying for this job. Okay. Um, so I think this sort of projection might be what I'm looking for. So bringing back the MS Paint. No, I do art reps. Oh yeah, Angela Chama, art reps. I haven't done my art reps in a long time. I should do them. Art rep stream. Angela Chama, you should do an art stream. I would watch you do an art rep stream. It would be fun. Ermo Mail Maniac. My message got deleted. I didn't delete any of your messages. I don't usually delete messages, so that was Susan on YouTube who did that. So um, just be careful of what you say because YouTube doesn't like um, certain things. I can't do anything about it, unfortunately. You got to do what YouTube lets you do. Okay, so we've mapped it over like this. And now this bucket is we're going to count bucket min at index is going to be um, AI. Uh, huh. And then index. Index is this. Uh, mm, so it's really it goes along what where it should be in the sorted array. Oh no, I mean where it should be if it was linearized, which isn't really a sorted array. Um, so an index is a new thing. So is it ever gonna? I guess we could reach this. No, it's sorted, so I can't reach this twice. So having AI minus min over interval is, I guess we're bucketing it because this is like a wider range. So not everything will fit in this, fit in a single one. It'll be multiple mapped in together. So how does that help me though? So let's look at the answer. Um, let's look at the answer next. So we get the previous equals min, max gap equals math.max bucket min minus previous. I think this is it's kind of cheating. It works probabilistically, I think. But if the distribution is not right, then I guess it's so I'm looping over the buckets array, and the buckets array is filled with this. Um, so I've found the minimum in this range essentially. In this range, I found the minimum and maximum of those values. Uh, I don't think this always gives the right answer, right? I don't think it will. I don't think this always gives the right answer. Um, oh, maybe. Um, Essentially, we're linear. Like we can consider that the inputs aren't integers. Well, they're sort of integers. It doesn't matter if they're integers or not because they can be infinite. So we can draw this like a totally triangular shape like this. And now we do have our like going up and down and up. So we know there must be a steep part, but how steep can the steep part be essentially? Like the steep part is what we care about, and the steep part ends up mapped, I guess, to this axis. Um, uh, Ends up mapped to a large change in buckets. So we just continue. I think it works. I think it works because we only care about the steep part essentially. So I don't really get it, but I think I get it. I think it works. This is a really crafty solution. It's really interesting, I guess. Um, is there any way it can't work? I guess it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, somehow. Just somehow. Because in the indexes in the original array, this must map to something wider than it before at the steepest point, which means you look 100% like a hen MC. A hen MC. I don't really know what that means. I don't really get it. So I'm finding this essentially the steepest part. At each of these, I do the gap, then I plot that gap mapped this way, and then because it's monotonically increasing, it's never gonna overlap again. Ah, wow! What an answer! What an answer! This one really hurts my brain. Why is it downvoted? This is right, isn't it? Why does it get a downvote? I'm gonna give you a fake internet point. There we go. This looks this looks right. I think it looks right. It looks right to me. Yeah, okay. Like it looks like a few other people. Oh no, it's the same guy. Uh, Clean and concise Java solution. Radix sort, radix sort cheaters. Okay. Oh, this one is also doing bucketing. So I guess it is this bucket solution. This bucket solution is very unique and crafty. I guess I never really would have thought of it myself. So um, yeah, really cool on whoever figured out this solution. It's kind of like a bit of a pigeonhole sort of idea. Mm, very interesting. Yeah, we essentially just need to remap the coordinates and then like make sure that they're not as long as we make sure they're end up in separate buckets, the maximum gap must end up in separate buckets, which we do know um, because of the slope. Then because the max gap needs to be above the average gap, which this forces it to end up in separate buckets. It's a very crazy solution that solves a problem. Okay. Well, it looks like Gyro is not going to call me because I'm freaking betrayed by this ninja. So, since that's not happening, I guess I'll end the stream now. This wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. Well, anyways, so yeah. Does anyone else want to call me? I'm gonna leave it up for like another minute before I end the call. And my Failfox is dying. You know, I really don't know why my computer gets so slow like this. I think it's just my OBS is messed up. Uh, oh, here we go. Here we go. I got a message. There we go. Gyro is asleep. Asleep. Can you believe it? He was asleep. Slept through his scheduled interview time. I think LeetCode is just fucked up. It fucks up my Failfox. I'm gonna have to restart. I don't want to restart. I tried, but it said you left. Oh, I think my Failfox is dead. So let me restart my Failfox then, and we'll do this. Uh, all right, restarting Failfox. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Yeah, I guess everything was fine until I opened LeetCode. Then everything went to shit. Okay. Momentarily. All right, there we go. Let me finish my OBS reps first. So we need this, I think. We need to chat. I'll be back in 24 minutes. Okay. All right. Maniac Chama. I'll see you soon in 24 minutes. I need my chat back. Where's Firefox? This one. Okay. We're back. All right, Jao Chama, call it. Call me. Oh, did my numbers get scrambled? Oh, my pin got scrambled. Okay. Thanks, Google. Thanks, freaking Google. You made these numbers get all messed up. Uh, where were we? Okay. Oh, yo, 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 who's there? Can you hear me?
Testing?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, I was muted. All right. Who's there? I can hear you.
That's me. That's it.
It's you? Who's you?
That's me in bed.
All right.
Still tired.
Oh. Oh, you didn't do your sleep reps? Oh, don't you usually wake up a little earlier than this?
Well, today I got up at early.
Okay, you got up at early. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I went to bed early. So
Well, anyways, so you missed the part where I explained it, but we got a few interview types. We got past experience, coding, system design, and then just a general engineering slash science slash whatever. So, which interview type do you want to do first?
let's do the first one.
Um, the first one, past experience. Okay, let's do past experience. All right. Well, I guess I know a little bit more about your past experience, but let's get right into it. Did you see the rubric yet? Are you looking at the stream or not?
Wait, there's a whole rubric?
Uh, there is a rubric.
You're gonna
Yeah.
grade me?
Yeah, I'm grading you. Well, what's the
This
point if I don't grade
bullshit?
you?
Oh, there's a point.
Well, anyways, okay. If you don't want to see the rubric, then you don't have to see the rubric. But it is on the stream, and I'll give you a nice grade. Anyways, so let's get started. So, what I want to do in this interview is to learn about your past experience and a recent project that might demonstrate your abilities and like how you act and work in the workplace. So, yeah. So if you want to I'll leave it to you to kind of pick something you've worked on recently that kind of uh, would best represent how you work and your abilities.
Well, I feel I'm pretty well-rounded. I recently made a project for a YouTuber which is able to sync member information to a Minecraft server whitelist, which also allows you to set up permissions for it to allow for donation ranks.
Okay. But you know, your
I
audio is
designed-
also messed up, and Angela's was too. So I wonder if my it's Failfax being messed up. Let me switch over to Chom, and
Okay, you did that.
Google Meet, of course, on Failfax. A big mistake. Okay. Well, I know you've like done a few different things, but I want you to pick yourself um, one specific thing that you feel represents your ability.
Okay, I'm gonna pick a project I did called Shining Facts. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, sorry, 1 second. I'm switching to Chrome right now. I'm going to call you with star 67. What does star 67 mean? All right, Gyro Chama, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, your sound is better too. So,
Okay, good.
okay, great. So, yeah. So, can you let's continue. What were you saying about the project that you're interested in?
Okay, I'm gonna be picking a project I did called Shining Facts,
Okay.
and it aimed to be a program that could capture information from games of Super Smash Bros. Melee Live and display them to people around the world. It was
Okay.
designed so that tournament organizers could set this up, and then people at home could watch the matches live or get statistics from the matches live, see who's winning, see how much damage people are doing, and calculate stats from that.
Okay. That makes
If you
sense. Just on your choice of project, it's fine if you choose whatever you want, but we will want to learn more about how you work in a team as well. So, is this something you've worked on independently or something you worked with a larger organization for?
This was independently.
Okay. So we're really looking for a project that's kind of part of your professional experience that involves more like working together um, on something very like you know work oriented. So I guess we can continue on this project if you'd like to, but it's better to choose something different if that's possible.
Okay. Well, once upon a time,
And it should be recent. So we're looking for something in the last, um, let's say, year or two. That's really we don't want to be digging back from a decade ago. That's not going to help.
well, unfortunately, I am going to.
I don't know.
So,
Are you really like don't have any recent experience? Like, I think we should like roll with your recent experience, and if it doesn't work out, uh, we can change direction here. But uh, like, just do your best with your like. Were you actually working, or were you just freeloading? Were you just doing Zatsudan with your coworkers instead of working?
well, no more information, and that's accurate, but I'd like not to
Okay, I
say it
guess
here.
if
But
okay,
I do have other projects,
if we're
which
talking about leaking or whatever, I guess it's fine. We'll do something that you're comfortable with, whatever you're comfortable with. But we do just yeah, okay, whatever you're comfortable with then. Uh,
okay.
yeah. So,
So,
do you still want to
well, maybe
continue with the
something.
stats project or choose a different one?
Let's continue with the stats project because it's interesting than some of the other
Okay.
team projects I've done.
Well, if you think it's interesting, then maybe it will be. So, okay, let's talk about like the project. Actually, yeah. Well, let's just explain it because. So, do you want to explain like what the major components of the project were, and how they work
Yeah.
together?
So the major components, I'm gonna start from the game itself and work our way all the way around the internet. So it starts from the game, and every single or starts from the loader, which loads the game into memory, and I modify the loader to patch in some special code or power assembly code I wrote. And it also calls that code every single frame. so it modifies the game with loading it. And that assembly code, when it's called every frame, grabs statistics from various places in memory and then ships them out the EXEI port. And for the EXEI port, I designed a custom PCB with a CPLD, and I wrote the Verilog for that CPLD, which would take that information off the EXEI port, and then it would essentially convert that into USB, into first in, first out queue of information.
Okay, so
Then,
this thing only works on dedicated hardware. So you've essentially built a dedicated console to operate as the data source for your project.
well, there's a dongle you plug into a Nintendo Wii.
Okay. Oh, it's a dongle. Okay.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
dongle. You can
s-
also use the Dolphin emulator. It supported that too.
okay. Okay, that makes sense. So let's keep going on to the different components of this project beyond just the hardware. I'm not that interested in hardware.
Okay, then it goes to a desktop application in C++, and it has a cute interface. And that essentially takes the raw data that's being dumped over and converts it into statistics. So if I'm getting the life count of a player and I see it like decreases to 0 or whatever, I know that they lost.
Okay.
Or I can see how much damage they're doing to the player, and then maybe divide that by the total amount of time to get damage per minute,
Okay.
and stuff like that. Then I can display those statistics to the person, like in the computer, using that desktop application. But then it also connects to a backend I wrote in Node, and what that does is it takes in statistics information and then relays that to any website visitors. So you're assigned a special ID which people are able to connect with, and you can copy that from the desktop client. So when you go to it in a web browser, it pretty much brings up the exact interface of the desktop application, more or less, except now it's a website, and the website updates live real time.
Okay.
And yeah, that's the main components of it. There's also a landing page which had information about the project and where to download it.
All right.
And
Yeah. So
that's
it seems like an interesting project. So let's dig into a little more like just high level stuff. So what is it kind of makes sense what the project itself does, but what is this meant to do for the end users and for your customers?
So for the end users, this is aimed primarily for tournament organizers to create setups where this is most important for ones that are, for example, on a live stream, so that people or commentators can get statistics from the game live. And it's important that it supports physical consoles because people typically play on those physical consoles at competitions.
Right. That makes
And
sense.
in fact, although I didn't have enough time to dedicate to this project, later someone else redid something very similar to what I did, and now that's actually a popular thing where they're able to get stats using a very similar method.
Okay. Sure. So it makes sense that okay, you this is for tournament organizers, so not really for I guess the average home user. So did you work with the users, the organizers, to come up with the requirements for this project to kind of um, make it do the right thing?
No, I just made it all up on my own. I did try to show it off at the Smash Club at my school, but no one thought it was cool. So
Oh, okay.
I feel
Well,
like,
they thought it was cool, but I guess did it
but
work out? Were the customers sold on your project?
well, no, I never got it to them. And the project never made it that far.
So
I did talk to some people in the community, but I kind of never followed up very well because
Uh,
I wasn't sure what exactly I wanted to do with this software.
okay. Um, yeah. All right. Well, let's continue then. So it appears just you worked on this project as kind of its own thing, just for the sake of itself, almost. Um, would that be right to say that?
That'd be correct.
Okay. Um, all right. Let's continue. Where was my? Uh, I had what my questions. My questions are missing. Just hold up for a second. My questions are missing. I think I closed my questions accidentally to talk to you.
Nice, nice.
Okay, so let's continue on going. And so I guess I already know that this is a solo project. But did you work with anyone else um, at all in part of this project to kind of maybe um, learn about something you didn't know about or figure out an integration um, with an existing piece of the project?
Uh, Other than users of my software who were having issues with it.
Okay, well, so
Actually,
you did work with your users, but you also said that like you never had it really deployed. So, can you tell me a bit more about that? Like where did it end up deployed, and how did you work with your end users?
well, some people, I did advertise my project a little and got the attention of at least one streamer,
Okay,
and they highlighted the need of better support for streaming integration. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that there was an OBS program which you could install, which would grab stats from the desktop client and you could format it and stuff.
okay,
And I had to make that multi-platform to support Windows.
okay, yeah, sure.
And
Um,
there was performance problems initially, and based off their feedback, I was able to get rid of those.
okay, so was your customer happy in the end with the improvements?
Yes, because the computer also has to run the Dolphin emulator,
Right.
emulate a whole entire Wii. So if the performance of a specific program is pretty under 60 frames per second, that means that the network play is not going to work and everything kind of falls apart.
Yeah. So I guess like there's a few elements here. So um, I guess how did it exactly come that you didn't like that this problem had to be discovered by the customer, and then um, like how'd you go about fixing it, and how did like how was the feedback after it was done?
Well, problem, I guess, is that either A, the machine that I developed it on is just stronger, or B, on Windows, uh, there's just a different performance profile for different operations. And what I ended up doing is instead of having OBS, like read from a text file, like 60 times a second or whatever, and having it dump over there, I switched it to essentially using a network socket instead to send the information.
Okay. And how did you come up with these improvements? Did you just kind of trial and error it, or was there some other way that you came up with the way to fix this?
Well, just based off my intuition.
Okay, just your intuition. All right, that's fair. I guess you have a good intuition. All right. So I guess given that you encountered some difficulties when first in even getting customers, and then second when the project actually reached production, like what are things that you learned from this project, and what would you do differently in the future?
Well, what I would do different is that I would probably focus more on reaching out to existing people in the community that I'm trying to market towards. I think that was one of my main mistakes in the project. Um, Arguably, one technical mistake was choosing initially to develop the Electron or the desktop application with Electron, and that
Oh.
ended up just having a not
Electron.
suitable performance profile.
Yeah,
So I
what a
had to redo
mistake.
it.
Okay.
So
All right. I know we didn't take the whole time, but I think we can. I'm going to give you a rating. I'm going to rate it now. All right. So
okay,
your ninjutsu skills are probably good. Like, I really liked at least the different technologies and breadth of um, things that you covered in your project. So I'm going to give that an 8.5 out of 10. Ratcraft, I think um, you were a little bit kind of. Um, it seems like you focused on just making it work and adding a bunch of features, but in terms of knowing what's important and finding the problems, I don't really know. I didn't really get a good idea of how well you did this. Shit posting, I'm going to give 8 out of 10. You made this whole thing yourself, I guess, and it did work in the end, though who knows how well it worked. Art reps, it seems like your project is kind of a mess. I didn't really ask why you chose what you did, but it feels like it's kind of a fragile thing with lots of moving parts. It's not really very good for the end user. Of course, it would like there's only so much you can do to make it better, but you didn't. So I'm gonna give like a 6 out of 10. Okay.
well, the successor project, what I made, they were able to figure out how to send the information over Wi-Fi, but I couldn't
Yeah,
figure out how to do that.
yeah. I guess. Why not? Why weren't you able to use Wi-Fi if you could do everything else?
Well, the problem is I'm writing power assembly for an operating, or
Well, yeah, but like you could have done
I
something like fuse something directly
I
into your
just did.
dongle, right? Or right? I don't know.
Well, let's just say my
Wait, is this dongle a
design
off-the-shelf
experience
component,
there
or is
was
the
not
dongle
great.
something you shipped? As a,
Uh, it's an it, well, what I tested with was an off-the-shelf shelf component. But off-the-shelf, I mean, it's sold by one person, and this is the last dongle they had in stock, and then there were
right.
no one in existence was selling them. So I needed some way to have users use it.
Yeah, but in the end, like it seems like you weren't able to, I guess, come up with an architecture that um, that worked. So you did your best, but it doesn't really reflect so well on you that the major shortcomings in what you were able to produce. Like, as much as it's technically impressive, it's also not technically like it's also technically disappointing that you essentially failed.
Yeah.
Uh, anyways, let's continue. So, non-technical attributes. Your submissiveness, I didn't learn about it, but the fact you did this totally independently, uh, it doesn't seem like you built this project around the goals and requirements, or really like this project was just your own thing, and for that, I'm going to give you a 3 out of 10. Um, it's great to have your have your own passion, but when it comes to demonstrating how well you can work uh, at Ryan Industries, you need to demonstrate how you'd act in our industrial environment. So I'm not too happy with that. Um, your angel voice is okay. I think like 7 out of 10 for your angel voice. I understood everything you said, but I think it was a little weak in that um, your answers weren't really answering what I wanted to hear. I understood everything you said, but it felt like you derailed a lot. It's not to say that you should only answer exactly what I ask you, like, and then stop, but um, you should answer like the spirit of what I ask you, and like go deeper in the direction of that. I don't know if that makes sense to you at all.
Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, I'm gonna make it a 6 out of 10 for your angel voice. Okay, and your grooming is you didn't do any grooming, so I'm gonna rate you 0 out of 10. All right. So I guess I'll rate it and give you your job. So your job is gonna be the uh,
Floor sweeper.
uh, IT guy, uh, help desk, IT help desk guy.
Nice.
All right. I think there's a little you can improve in the actual interview, but I think the biggest problem is just that you don't have enough to show for yourself in this project. Uh, because it's not just about the technical skills you've shown, but it's just as important to show your to show how you'll work together and help Ryan Industries succeed. And it doesn't seem like you've shown that. Uh, I don't know. What do you think? Are you...
Well, I think I'm tired. That's what I think.
Okay.
But there's not much for me to add.
Yeah. Well, I think what I my biggest advice for you is either talk about something else, or you gotta you gotta say it differently. You gotta spin your project differently, because um, all I got out of this is just you did this project for fun, and it went nowhere. But you learned a few things. It's not to say it's a bad thing to do this, but you're not gonna make Ryan Industries succeed like that. Okay. Anyways, do you want to do another interview of a different type, or are you dead?
Uh, can I have like 5 minutes?
I guess. Yeah, you can have 5 minutes.
Okay,
All right. I'm setting a timer. Don't be late.
got it.
Wow. Well, seems like Gyro is the opposite of Angela. Angela definitely. Well, I guess it's not really teamwork in a collaborative sense, but she definitely mm, had a bit more experience working on something bigger than herself, which I think is important. I don't know what to say. I did not like that one. That's this is a it's not the worst I've seen. There's definitely a lot of ways you could end up bombing this interview way more. Um, it's a pass, sort of barely. Just it's a pass, but a pass as someone as a weak pass. You know. Mm. All right. While we wait, what should we do while we wait? Oh no! Look at my history. Forgot what I was gonna do. I was gonna check something. All right. It's been 2 minutes out of 5. It's almost time. Well, while Gyro's waiting, if you want to call in, you can call too. Uh, I should do something on the stream. I know what to do. Let's do something that won't delete my computer. What does H mean? Ooh, one-liners. Those will be fun. No neg. Okay. Return. Oh, it's I just do nums dot stream. Ah. And then I just filter and then I do collect. I need a return statement because it's Java. There we go. Make this smaller. Perfect. What's their solution? Yeah, okay, stream. Isn't this too easy? Arrays number 3. Chance. Return an array that contains exactly the same numbers as the given array, but rearranged so that every 3 is immediately followed by 4. Do not move the 3s, but every other number may move. Array contains the same number of 3s and 4s. Every 3 has a number after it that is not a 3. And 3 appears in the array before any 4. Wait, the 3 appears before any 4? Oh, doesn't that make it too easy? 3 appears in the array before any 4. Okay. Oh, before. Not like directly before, but like before. Do not move the 3s. Okay. What an interesting problem. I want to find the 4s. So I want to put the 4s after the 3s. So I just need to find them and put them there. Okay. So all right. Every 3 has a number after it's not a 3. Oh, that is not a 3. Okay. But it might be a 4 already. So I guess I'm going to check if it's after a 3. So I'll start at 1 because the first one, I'll start at 1, and then if nums I minus 1, 3, and nums is not equal to 4. Yeah, okay, it could be 4. It could be in place already. Then I'm going to find the next location. So find the next 4 while not equal 4. We're just going to do 4 idx plus plus, and then now we know we have a 4 here. Now we just swap it. So we'll swap it. And then we just do this. And then we just return it. Go. What? Not a statement. Line 2.
Back.
All right, you're back. All right, let me finish solving this this JavaBat problem. You ever do JavaBat? Remember JavaBat? I did do this in school many, many years ago. Line 0, 1, 2. Or line... Huh? Oh, I guess I can't... Can you have variable names that start with numbers in Java? I guess you can't. So I can't have a variable name called for idx. So I call it fidx, fidx. There we go. That should solve the problem. All right, what kind of interview do you want to do next? Gyro? Oh, you can't hear me. Can you hear me now? I was muted. You can hear me? I can barely hear you. Your sound is a little messed up.
Hello?
Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay. So what kind of interview do you want to do next?
I guess the next one.
Well, okay, so let's see what I had. You want to do coding?
Yeah.
All right. I guess we need somewhere to type the code. So online. Codecollab.io. Get started. What language do you want to use? Replit.com. I think this will do it, right? Okay, start coding. Better not need a login. I need a login? Freaking piece of garbage.
Don't want you abusing it, you know?
All right, I guess what we're going to do is use a Google Doc.
Classic.
Okay, so I'm going to have you code in a Google Doc just like we're in Google. So how can I send you the Google Doc link? I guess I'll put it... What?
What?
I'm just going to put it in the stream chat because I guess probably no one else is watching this right now. If you are watching this, you better not screw up my interview notes. All right, I put it in the stream chat. So yeah. You get it?
Let me check. Okay, it's loading.
Okay, nice. Hopefully your internet's good enough to use Google Docs.
Well, this currently... Let's see.
All right, I see you. All right, well, we'll go in here. All right, let's just go right at the beginning, right at the top. I'm going to make some space. Okay. So I guess you can use whatever language you want. As much as we're writing a Google Doc, I do want you to write working code. not pseudocode. So we
Yeah.
try to write actual code. And do you know what histogram is?
Yep.
A histogram. Uh,
Yeah.
okay.
Instagram.
Um, so if you know what a histogram is, then how about let's write one. So I want you to make a histogram that takes in an input time series of data and will tell me the number of occurrences in any bucket. I guess like a series of data. So input is an array numbers. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead. Go.
Oh. Okay. So let's get started, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see. So occurrences of each number. We can just start with arrays, I guess.
I guess so. I don't care if you use arrays or not, but no one uses arrays these days. Everyone uses lists.
Yeah, you want to do that? Just
Your choice.
yeah, let's just use a list. You know. Let's... Okay. So do we know anything else about this data other than
Let's.
like?
I guess we can do this a few different ways. You can like calculate like a range automatically, or we can have it specified. Your call. I think just to make it easy, just take in the range and buckets as an input. So yeah.
So min max buckets.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So start with the range, and let's say let's maybe something else that would be useful would be a number of elements per bucket.
Okay.
So feeling this is going to be a little bit more complicated than this, since we're going to have a round down here. So
yeah, about that. Good luck.
yeah. So let's figure out real quick what's going to happen here. So my range is, see, let's figure out an example. So if there's 2 buckets and I have 5 total, yeah.
You know when I ask this question, I never say it's got to be integers. And then the candidate has always made it integers, and has also made like the bucket endpoints to be integers too, which actually makes it a little harder. But since you already did it, I'm not gonna let you go back on this. So you're gonna have to continue that your bucket endpoints are gonna be integers. But I'm just telling you, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like
Right,
I never said
yeah.
you couldn't just make like your inputs doubles, and then your endpoints can be doubles, and you don't have any edge cases. But it's too late now. Too late now. You can't go back.
I'm trapped.
You're trapped. So you're gonna have to figure out your edge cases.
So, well, okay. So I guess maybe I'll just look at those later. So we can start with maybe a simple iteration over the loop. Well, actually, I'd probably think about this more.
Think about it as much as you want to.
Yeah. Okay. So we're counting occurrences.
Yeah.
In a region. Okay. So for for an element, we can divide it by elements per bucket or have to subtract them in first. So let's just say and not sure quite what a good name of this would be, like into range or something. I'm not sure. So this would be I minus min. And this should give us the distance into our range, and by dividing this by our elements per bucket, we should get a bucket number out.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, and if we divide it by elements per bucket, that should give us a bucket. So, okay. And then we need to take this data and add it into the...
Yeah, well, you need to actually make the results array.
Yeah. That probably... Well, either way, I committed to list. We're not going back.
Oh, yeah, I mean the results list. I say array because it's kind of like a generic term across different languages, but like it's like in Python, there's like a such thing as arrays that you never use. I guess it's the same in Java. I mean, wait, no, you committed to lists. It's a list.
Yeah, I committed to list. You're gonna...
Why'd you write an array? I don't want an array. Get that
You don't
array
want
out
an
of
array?
here.
Well, that makes it more complicated, I'm pretty sure.
It's
Actually, no, it doesn't. Never mind.
no, it doesn't.
That,
No, it doesn't.
it's spaced out. Because I never have to use that method. Okay, let's see. Output a trusty array list.
Yep.
Can't go wrong with that. Cool. Yeah, there's nothing to worry about. Okay. So we can probably just, for the style, do that just for fun, Actually, then we also need to initialize this to 0.
Right, because they're null at first, right? I think they're null at first.
What?
Because they're null,
yeah.
right?
Well, no.
No?
Well, I'm not sure. If the length is 0, I don't think you can set into it.
Well, because it's an integer, it's a boxed integer in the array list, right? It's not a primitive, so.
Yeah, but my list is 0 elements long. I don't think I can.
Well, you made it buckets elements long, right?
No, I pre-allocated the array, the backend array for the.
Oh, okay. It's just a
array
pre-allocation. Oh, yeah, right. It doesn't actually make it
It
that
really
length.
doesn't matter.
Right. It's
because buckets is probably going to be smaller than whatever the default is.
yeah.
So, just for fun.
Well, you don't know that. We could have millions of buckets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe it's just save space or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways,
The
that's
backend array is
initial
smaller.
capacity doesn't hurt.
Okay.
Okay. This part's easy. Then you just set them to all 0. That's part's easy.
Yeah, we're just going to add 0.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
And then down here, we're going to set, actually don't know the API, but we're just going to guess that it's index first. And
Oh, wait. You didn't want to do this. You did not want to do buckets plus plus. Even Google knows you didn't want to do that.
oh,
Right?
yeah.
Oh, imagine if I left you with that and like you didn't know what was wrong. You'd be like, why is it broken?
Well, that's why they added error messages to the compiler instead of binary.
That wouldn't
yeah.
cause an error message. Like if you just did buckets plus plus here, that's valid Java.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And you would be very sad to see that being valid Java.
Well, not too sad. Because maybe you just wouldn't read past buckets, the caller.
Yeah,
You might just expect there to be buckets,
I don't know.
but that could lead to problems later. Anyway,
Yeah. Anyways,
yeah,
let's finish the
let's
problem.
let's continue. Okay, that should be good. But that's enough. Increment. Okay. Sometimes nice to have some sort of wrapper thing around array list to
No, it's
be
fine.
able to do that
It's
more succinctly.
it's fine.
Anyway,
Okay.
okay.
Return the answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a way to run Java really quickly?
But what?
Do you have a way to run Java really easily? Let me see.
Oh no, I'm on my phone.
Okay. Are you doing this interview on your phone?
Yeah.
Are you typing on your phone?
Yeah.
Don't do
I have a
this. The
keyboard,
real
though.
thing. Okay, I'm gonna copy paste this over here. And are you watching the stream?
Well, you also said there was an edge case. So I have a feeling that
It doesn't work. If you already know why it doesn't work.
well, there's a thing I suspected with elements per bucket, which that round down might have
Okay.
caused an issue where, but maybe not. Maybe it just makes the last bucket larger, perhaps.
Does
by
it?
one.
Well, do you want to find out?
Or it
Why,
might not
why
be
don't you
one.
write a test? Like it's right at the top. Why don't you write a main function? And we will
Okay.
figure it out. So I'm going to put this here. Now you put this in there, and I'm going to make it static.
I'll go up a few versions of Java. Okay.
Why are you doing that? Why do you do that? Java can
That's
seriously
how
do
it's
that?
done now.
But you don't
Yeah,
even.
that's how it's done.
We don't even need that. We're not going to use args. We're not going to use args. Just leave it. Just leave it. Leave it the way
but
I've always
not-
done it.
It's not for the 1990s anymore. You can,
I'm the interviewer here. We're doing it my way. Now write some.
okay, we're doing it your way.
No, I guess figure out if it works or not. So write some cases until you're confident it
Okay,
works or
well-
that it doesn't work.
Let's start with some sort of we're gonna, I don't know. Do you have any access to some sort of assertion library?
Just put some print statements in there. I just want to know it works.
Okay, we're
Don't
gonna-
write assertions.
Print statement. So don't pretend we don't have any loggers, and we're just gonna go old-fashioned print one.
Yeah, we're going old fashioned. Like we're doing string brackets args. We're old fashioned in this company. Ryan Industries is a well known company that's been founded many years ago. I like how you did this with a array literal in there. Nice.
Yeah. My
You just do
See,
list.of.
yeah.
Just do list.of. You know list.of, right? List.of.
oh, well, that's another way, you know.
Right? Just do this. Don't do that shit.
Yeah. Not most of the time. I don't deal with just typing numbers in, but that.
This is actually extremely commonly used. First to get an empty list.
Oh,
You can do
yeah.
collections.empty list, but list.of is easier to type. You can also, if you want to do a list with one item in it, in corporate Java, it's
Flexible
actually
singleton.
very common to want to create a list with one item in it. So you just do list.of and then the one item.
All right.
For enterprise Java, list.of is like essential. It's
Anyway,
critical. It's the critical
So, does
information.
this even work for an empty list? I don't know. Does this work?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, it works. It would be an empty array.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So empty array. And we're gonna say that minimum has to be smaller than or equal to a maximum. We're not gonna worry about that, I guess, unless
Yeah, we can assume
You want-
like valid inputs for now. Well, don't do 0, 0, right?
Okay.
Or do you want to do 0, 0?
Okay. Well,
I
that's
guess if
not
you want to
bad.
do 000, I don't know what's gonna happen. I guess something will happen.
Well,
Zero zero
there's no
one.
bucket.
No, one bucket
You
from 0 to 0.
Okay. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, this will
Round
work.
to 0. Elements per bucket 0.
All right, I'm just gonna copy paste this
Oh.
over to another tab and then run it.
Okay. I'm feeling it.
Oh, I have to import lists? Seriously?
Java to list.
Yeah.
Let's see. So as a 0.
And I have to import array lists too. Java. I'm just gonna import import because usually when you use these like online things,
Yeah.
what the fuck? This is using JDK 1.8. No. List.of only
You
exists
said,
in
well, keep it
1.9.
classic with that string bracket.
Yeah, but I have it programmed like below Java 11 in forever. Like below Java 11 isn't even Java anymore. It's like another Java-like language, like proto Java, the predecessor to Java. It's not even Java anymore.
I'm not sure about that. I don't feel like much changed from 8 to 11.
What about stream?
Compared
Did
to
streams
7 to 8.
did streams exist in 8?
Yeah, streams are 8.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's the most important. There's just like all
And
these
optionals are 8.
all this useful stuff became okay. Gonna run it. It's gonna run. I don't know. Like, what do you expect it to work? Well, you got an array of. Well, I don't expect this
0.
to work because your bucket size is. Oh well, I guess it did. It did. It worked. So your answer is this. Oops. Your answer
Well,
is.
an invalid input or something. I don't know.
You got
what
empty.
even it should be.
You got an array with one element that said 0. So I think that's what you want.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it even be.
Well, you got this. So I think this is what you want.
Maybe that's
because there's one bucket and there's
array.
nothing in it. So I
Yeah.
guess. But you should do some actual inputs because it doesn't work. It doesn't work like for actual inputs. So make it work for actual inputs.
Okay. Let's see. Am I able to copy and paste? Is that a feature?
It's Google Docs. You can do whatever
awesome.
you want in Google Docs.
Okay. The case of one element. I'm just gonna, add some test cases
Yeah.
that I feel do stuff. And 2 buckets sounds like it might have problems.
Well, I guess we never define what's going to happen if the number is out of range, but
Yeah, that would not be good. That would cause an exception.
yeah. Well, as it is right now, like as long as you have 0 0, right? As long as your range is 0, then like a bunch of stuff just doesn't do anything, right?
Yeah. So let's fix this, I guess.
Well, I don't really care about this input. Like this is just a degenerate case. So I care about the real inputs. So make it work for real. Put some real inputs in there and make it work for those.
Okay, I feel like I have some real inputs. I feel.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, with those 0 0s, you end up with a divide by 0, which is not what you want. Anyways, so okay, you have some real inputs. I'm gonna run it in this other thing and see what happens. Run.
It's probably not very useful.
You got an exception.
Probably split stuff over multiple buckets.
Got an exception already. So
Cool.
looks like your code is broken.
Moderate.
In Java line 22? How'd that even happen? It's not even in the histogram function that it failed. Huh?
Impressive.
Wait, what? Huh. Line 22. I don't know what line 22 is.
Well,
Oh, that's.
me either.
Oh no, that's. Oh, okay. It's not in. It's in the histogram function. Okay, line 22 is output.set. Output.set right here. This one.
That's pretty much the only place, which is good.
And it's the
Pretty sure.
third. It's the third one that's not working.
Okay, the third one.
This one. Well, oh, this is not the valid input. You did 10-0. See, you did 10-0. It puts your puts your range at negative. If you fix that, then it'll be fine.
Yeah, that may help, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
Line wrap isn't necessarily great for programming, but
Yeah.
make do.
Google Docs is kind of shit for for programming. I don't know why Google still does it. Like, of all the companies, you think Google would have something better. Okay, it doesn't crash. So it looks like.
Well, Google also has their own, or they use some other platform. I helped someone with their thing.
Oh, well, when I interviewed at Google, it was just Google Docs. Anyways,
Well,
it doesn't work.
some-
It doesn't work, and well, it's up to you to find out why.
Okay, cool. How many don't work? Or what's the first one that doesn't work?
110, right? Because 10 should go in the second bucket, but it didn't.
Yeah. Let's take a look. So 110. So my element per bucket is 5. My bucket, let's see, 10. 10 minus my range of 10 is 0. So it looped back into here. So I feel like it might be off by 1 or something. Or maybe not, because it's, we need to add 1 in our range. No. We need to add 1 somewhere with
Well,
range.
the thing is, 10's not even close. So why are you way off?
Wait, what do you mean?
10's not even close. You know, like it's not even close
Yeah, but
to what you're looking for. Right?
10.
Right? Like, it's not close to the barrier. So, like, your code is totally fucked up because, you know, like 10 is way past the line. Like, don't think of these plus ones as the issue. Something big is broken.
Yeah, it's not. I subtracted the wrong way in my head. So the range is 10. Divided by 5 would be 2. We don't have a bucket 2. But
No, it's no.
doesn't crash.
You know what's wrong? You know what's wrong? It's freaking staring at the face. But I'm gonna let you figure it out.
Okay. Well, we know it doesn't crash, and
Let me just tell you, you might
So I
want to
feel
use
like-
some print statements.
the print statement, that sounds like it's easier from your point of view to do.
Well, I mean, you can write it and then I'll run it for you, but
Okay, let's
you're gonna
see.
have to struggle with this yourself. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna help you find this problem.
Okay. So, we know it doesn't crash. We know it did crash when range was negative. So I knew it made it down here. So, input dot size. Okay, input. Right? Oh, I see. Don't get the input.
Oh, okay. I guess
So-
you stared the problem to death. You found it.
Okay. Do we use I anywhere else? No.
No. Okay.
Do
Now
I need to
it's
use
gonna
I
work.
anywhere else?
It's gonna work.
No.
So far, like this works now. Pretty sure it works. I'm gonna just run it to make sure.
Well, no, it should crash now, I think.
Why is it gonna crash?
Because 10 minus 0 is 10, and 10 over
Oh yeah, right. 10. 10 causes a crash.
2,
Yes.
or 10 over 5, or whatever. So I am a bucket over. And that's a problem. Because I need to have a bucket of 5 and a bucket of 6. So my last, so we could just check to see if it's at the max, I guess. 'Cause that's the only case where it's going to overflow into a non-existent bucket. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
So we're going to see what I want to do here.
Well, this part's easy, right? Don't you just do if?
Yeah,
If
it's just
bucket.
maybe formatting is.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, we can,
I guess you type it. You know how to type it like without Google messing up your
Yeah.
shit.
it's just a little messy. Like, it's a little nicer in Rust, actually. Just to show that real quick, because if statements are expressions.
Okay.
Anyway, not bucket equals max. We want to, wait, what do I want?
You want bucket. Bucket equals. You don't want into
I think
range. You don't want into range.
I think this would work. Well,
Okay, if you think so, I'll break it if you can't figure out why it breaks.
'cause, yeah. It might be off by 1. So, yeah, it might be simple just to think of it as equaling the max. So, if put.getI equals max, we can just correct it, you know? And we can make this kind of weird code, you know, where we depend on the last
You
max
are
calculation.
you are so digging a hole for yourself.
I am.
You want to know why this doesn't work?
Tell me.
So you notice when you did a round off, like you're rounding down here. Right?
Okay, so I'm guessing that.
You round down here. But let's say, so what if you rounded down from like from 2 rounded down to 1? So let's say like your range was 10 and buckets is 6. 6. So that makes your elements per bucket equals 1.
Yeah.
That means from 7 through 10, you're hosed.
Yeah. So that complicates it. Okay. So let's figure that out.
And I
We're
wish
going to-
maybe I should have let you ram headfirst into that problem, but
Okay,
I'm being
so-
nice today.
So let's just see how far we're going over, you know? And then maybe modulo by the number of buckets. That might
Well, like
give us something then.
don't I just want to like? Can't I just do the simple? Can I just make it easy? Here, let me make it easy for you. If bucket is great, if bucket is greater than or equal to buckets,
Oh, that's nice.
bucket equals buckets minus 1. Of course, this does have a slight unfortunate effect that in that example I gave, the last bucket can be arbitrarily larger than it should be. But at least it works, right?
Yeah, that.
At least it works, right?
Yeah.
Um,
And I mean, how else would you do it, right?
yeah.
Some buckets need.
Well,
Wait.
what you should do, let's say you were doing
Oh, I see.
buckets if you round it down
You
from
wanna
like
spread it
size
over the
2
other
and 1, you should make the bucket size 2, or like some of the bucket size 2 and some of the bucket size 1, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Instead of just making one bucket giant. But of course, that's really hard to do. I wouldn't expect you to do that.
Yeah, those be complicated, especially when some have to be not 2, like 3,
Yeah. You know,
and
the
generally
easier
enough in there.
the easier way to do this problem is, instead of taking it in buckets, is to take a bucket
Take-
size.
Yeah.
But really, the other easier way to do this is just round up.
Yeah.
If you round up, like, then the extra buckets like end up off in the middle of nowhere. They don't really hurt you. What you can't see can't hurt you, and those extra buckets can't hurt you if you round up.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, I'm not seeing that, but well.
Well, like if you just did like instead of doing this, like did a ceiling of
Yeah.
this, um, like
And if it was
buckets plus
double or whatever.
yeah, 0.0 plus. There we go. Right. We just
Yeah.
did this. Probably, maybe, possibly. I don't really know. Anyways, this problem is like slightly disgusting. It's evil. It's destroyed. It's
Yeah.
destroyed so many people in the past. I've ruined so many lives on this problem, and I guess your life was ruined too.
Well, not really.
It's so deceptively simple, isn't it? You're like, oh, it's easy.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess it works now. I'm gonna rate it. I think you did good. Your coding is probably fine. I guess I can't tell you anything other advice besides just do a little better. I think your interaction with
good.
my interaction with me was my interaction with you was a little bit unprofessional, but I think your interaction with me was okay. But let me rate it. Okay. Ninjutsu. 9 out of 10. You know, your Java was fine, actually. It was you wrote syntactically correct Java somehow without even having the IDE tell you. Like, you didn't have syntax errors. I can't believe it. Like, are you even human? Why didn't you have syntax errors? Rat crowd. I think your analysis of the problem, well, the problem is quite simple, but I think you did go head first into it, but you also knew that there were things that were wrong, that were going to be wrong. I think you got focused on the wrong things. Like, you were trying to do like that 0 element list, or like 0 to 0, when really I cared more that it just worked. I'm going to give you a 6 out of 10. Shitposting. Well, you're on your phone. I'm going to give you an excuse for this, and I'm just going to say I don't know. Art reps. Your code is not beautiful, but it's not bad. 8 out of 10. Oops. 8 out of 10. Submissiveness. It wasn't bad. 7 out of 10. Angel voice. Your angel voice was good. I think I didn't have any problems with your angel voice. Maybe a little. I'm not gonna say it's perfect. 8 out of 10. And your grooming. Grooming is not really related to this question. So I'll give you a job. You can be. What can you be? You can be an engineer on the.
I can be the pair programmer who pushes the semicolon key.
Yeah. Okay. You could be the pair programmer who's freeloading.
And I just do that semicolon key
You
action.
could be the pair programmer who's freeloading. Okay, it wasn't bad, but you know, do you do you code that much when you work? You should write more code.
All right.
I don't know. Like, well, I guess are you still working right now, right?
Yeah.
Well, how many lines of code do you write a day?
0
Well,
on average.
that's certainly not a lot. You need to increase that number. Just getting a little more familiar with stuff like this. Sure, you can do leak code reps, but I'd really rather do something else rather than leak code reps. Leak code reps aren't fun.
Well,
Unless they're fun to you,
which
right?
I do. I have like a ton of stuff I've done before.
Yeah, but it's not recent, and like, sure, like
Yeah.
how big is it really? Like, how many lines of
So-
code you really write for that the stats thing? Right,
what?
probably about it is you spent a lot of work doing like the hard part of writing PowerPC assembly or whatever, and you didn't spend a lot of time doing the easy part, which is what you need to do better, faster, to do well in an interview. It's the easy part you don't care about. It also, even like solving hard level leak code questions is kind of a waste of your time because it's just like stupid mind tricks, like the freaking
Yeah.
the freaking one that I did in the previous stream. So, if you don't want to work, you want to do a project with me. Wait, you like Minecraft, right?
Sure.
What I
Say that
wanted
one
to
more
do,
time?
I want to make.
Yeah.
You know what baritone is, right?
Yeah.
It's like the auto walking simulator automatically. So there's two things about it. One is it gets stuck in like waterlogged blocks, and the other one is that it can't
Yeah.
swim.
They can't swim.
Baritone can't swim.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
what do you say we teach baritone how to swim?
Okay. For now.
Not right now.
Oh.
It's kind of late for me. I didn't just wake up. I'm gonna go to sleep in like an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe that, or like I don't know what it. I know you can do it, right? Like you made that other Minecraft site too, but it just feels like you said yourself you're not coding every day, and you should be. A code every day keeps the doctor away. Okay. Well, anyways, you did get a job. Not exactly the job you wanted, I guess, but welcome to Ryan Industries. You get your first assignment later. Just send me some DM says, and you get your first assignment. Anyways, so I don't really want to do the last interview, the design interview. You can probably handle the design interview. You've done big ass stuff like that, right? Right?
Yeah.
You know how to like put things together. Do you know databases? You know SQL, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can handle that. So
Yeah, I don't think that rusts as easily.
what?
I don't think that rusts as easily. You know?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so I think that's enough for Gyro's interview. If anyone else wants to interview, I guess call me right now. Otherwise, I'm going to end the stream. And I guess Gyro, thanks for taking the time to interview. You're gonna make it. Gumi Gyro-chama.
I'll make it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna see you later. Get out of my meeting, Gyro-chama. I can't boot you because this is a meeting created by someone else. Okay. Well, if no one else wants to call me, then I'll end it here. So we interviewed Angela Chama and Jara Chama, and they both got some real top tier jobs at Ryan Industries. And by top tier, I mean they're going to be at the bottom of the barrel for a long time. Going to be harassed and abused by their senpais. And they're going to get groomed. So, yeah, so we interviewed, and rated. And now we are done, unless anyone else wants to join. So, everyone, thanks for coming to the stream. And I will see you all later.